Alright guys, so this is the easiest way to remove these emblems instead of removing the plastics on top and cutting the little tabs or whatever to get them off. Basically there's just two little pressure fittings on the back. So I just put these little plastic pry bars in there. The two fittings are going to be like right behind here. I tape around it, even though I'm using some plastic tools that shouldn't scratch nothing. I still tape around it just to be careful. So you just want to apply some pressure little by little, get closer and closer to the little fittings until you kind of hear it pop off. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. There you go. That's the easiest way to remove these without just kind of, I see people that put like metal screwdrivers and just pop it off, but then you scratch stuff and you break this in half. Like that, you don't break nothing. All you do after that is you clean this with rubbing alcohol and you stick on the 3M tape from the other one. Sometimes these little tabs are gonna match up on some vehicles, so you could test it first before you cut them off. Most of them don't. On the new 10th gen Civics, they seem to line up. Most of the other ones are just going to be held on with the 3M tape. So clean this with rubbing alcohol. Check if you have to cut off the little two nipples in the back. Some you do, some you don't. If you could leave them on there, just leave them on there. If not, cut them off. Clean this, peel the double-sided tape, stick it on. If you're doing it on the day that's not that hot, I suggest to heat up the 3M tape with a heat gun, or if you don't have a heat gun, you could use somebody's blow dryer. Just heat it up till you see the tape kind of sweat a little bit and make sure it's straight. Put it on there and it'll stay on. Alright you guys, so take off the tape after. Like I said, they have 3M tape on the back of them that's going to hold it on. But what I was talking about for those little tabs. Let's see. So it looks like the tabs should stay on for the 10th gen Accord also, just like the 10th gen Civics. So we're just gonna heat up that tape a little bit with a 3M. We're gonna heat up the tape with a heat gun, and then we'll be sticking it on. All right, so you can see the tape after I heat it up, how it kind of bubbles up a little bit. You don't want to do it a lot where it's gonna really probably burn it and not stick. We just do it enough so it kind of starts sweating. You can see it. And then on this one, you could do it straight because you could keep the tabs on. When you got to cut the tabs, kind of get down low to make sure you're putting it on straight, because when you cut the tabs, I've seen people that put them pretty crooked because the tabs are not there to hold them on, so they just stick them on, and when they're on there, then you got to heat up the tape and stuff to take it off.